Alrighty, greetings and salutations, my good friends. There was a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase today, and I'm just going to be covering all the stuff that I found interesting. It's funny because this was rumored for a second that it was going to happen, and then it didn't happen when everyone kind of expected it to happen, because there was some sort of Xbox event thingy that they apparently delayed it for. And then right off the bat, they just straight up open with Grounded, which is an Xbox exclusive. Essentially, Xbox, in their little podcast thing last week, basically announced that they're trying to bring some of their exclusives multi-plat. And you can tell that this is running on the Switch because it looks like trash. It looks so bad. At this point, like, it's not surprising that the Switch is, nearing the end of its life, because, man, it's looking pretty dated now. It's freaking however many year old hardware, and I'm just kind of shocked that they're bringing even more games to it this late in its lifespan, this close to its demise, but, here we are. Anyways, after that, we immediately got Elder Magnolia, which is the sequel to Elder Lilies, I believe. I never played the first one. I didn't even know that this is a sequel, to be honest with you, but this looks pretty cool. It's like a Metroidvania. It is kind of weird, though, that it's like realistic characters in a Metroidvania. I feel like that's not something you see very often. You often see very, like, stylized stuff, but this is very, it's anime-esque, but it's kind of very much more human-looking characters, which is not super normal to see in Metroidvanias, but this looks neat. I'm probably not going to play it, but it looks cool. Up next was this little, like, slidey puzzle game called Arranger, a role puzzling adventure. It kind of reminds me of Carto. I never played Carto, but it looks kind of a similar vibe where you kind of have to rearrange the map in order to solve the puzzles. That looks cute. I could see that being a little sleeper hit, I'm not going to play this, but I definitely found it interesting that they're bringing Monster Hunter Stories to the Switch, which was a 3DS exclusive, I believe. So that's kind of cool that they're porting it to the Switch. That's neat. I believe the sequel is on Switch, so it makes sense to bring the original, the OG, to the Switch. That's neat. I'm not going to play it because it's not something I've ever been interested in, but that's cool. And then after that, surprise Epic Mickey Remastered, essentially, Rebrushed or something like that, which is kind of cool. I don't know if it's the first one or the second one, but I'm assuming it's the first one. I never played that game, but I know a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for that game. They think it's pretty solid, so that would be pretty cool to pick up. I'm, again, probably not going to play it, but that's neat for those who have a lot of nostalgia for it, who maybe can't play it anymore, maybe don't have their Wii or whatever anymore, but that's pretty neat. They're also bringing the Battlefront games, the classic Battlefront games, to Switch, which is pretty sick. It's kind of weird that this, of all games, they're porting over. It's also a weird feeling since, this is likely the last year of the Switch, and so they're just kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel and bringing stuff over, which is good. It's good to keep things fresh for the people who are just going to be keeping their Switches around for a long time, aren't really caring about the next upcoming thing. But yeah, this is kind of weird. That they're bringing old Battlefront games. You could probably play these on PC and other consoles, but hey man, if you want your Switch for everything, then they got Battlefront on Switch. That's neat. The GUNDAM game, I'm not going to play it. Again, a lot of this stuff I'm probably not going to play, but it looks interesting. Kind of reminds me of Armored Core. Granted, I don't know what the gameplay of any of the GUNDAM games are, so it could just be the same exact thing, but it really reminded me of Armored Core. It's like Armored Core for kiddos. They followed that up with Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. I think that's pretty neat. I know a lot of people like the Super Monkey Ball games. I have one of them. I have Banana Mania, and I honestly can't stand Super Monkey Ball. I hate it so much. It's so infuriating. I don't have the patience for it, and I cannot stand it. I've played the first game, and I played a little bit of the Banana Mania, and that's it. And that's all I can stomach, and I don't ever want to play another Super Monkey Ball again, but to those who like the franchise, hope this one's good. World of Goo 2, they kind of showed off more of. That one comes out in May. That's cool. I've never played World of Goo, but this looks like a fun puzzle game. Honestly, that might be one of the ones that I pick up of these. It also has 4-player local co-op, which I've noticed a couple of these have had co-op. Local co-op, which is pretty sick. I think local co-op kind of needs to come back. We've done online co-op for a long time, but local co-op I feel like needs to come back because, man, it's fun to just sit on a couch and play games with your friends or your family or your loved ones, you know? So, I don't know. I think it's fun. Local co-op is underrated and often underused. They're making another Fantasy Life game for Switch. I don't really know much about this franchise. All I know is that some people like it, and I gotta be honest with you, this looks exactly like Animal Crossing. This honestly just seems like Animal Crossing, and one of the funniest lines in this was this.
You'll start out by assuming one of many different roles, called lives.
They're called lives. Maybe you should get one. Go outside and touch some grass. All right, called lives. Wow, who would have guessed that, man? That's really real creative with those names, guys. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, okay. Sleeper hit. I feel like this one and the next one are easily the two that I'm the most excited for. Another Crab's Treasure. This looks like such a fun game. I watched Iron Pineapple play it on his like Souls-like series, his kind of Steam dumpster diving Souls-like series, and it looked like so much fun. I wishlisted it on Steam. Not sure if I'm gonna get it here on Steam, but this looks so awesome, and I'm so glad they're bringing this to Switch. It looks like a really, really fun game. Next up, Penny's Big Breakaway, and it's launching today, so you can pick it up right now. I think it's like 30 bucks, which is pretty awesome. This game looks like a lot of fun, although I will say the colors in this game are a little much. I think the color palette is kind of a lot, but maybe it is less distracting when you actually play the game and you're in control of the character. But Penny's Big Breakaway looks awesome. I'm probably going to grab it right now after I finish making this video. Penny's Big Breakaway, the Sonic Mania dev team, it seems really, really fun. 3D platformers need to come back, and this one looks like a solid one. So hopefully they hit it out of the park. Hopefully it's a lot of fun. Pepper Grinder was another one that looked pretty sick. I like the art style. The pixel graphics look fun, and also just the mechanics of it, you know, with your little drill thing look pretty awesome. So I feel like this could be a pretty enjoyable one. This one comes out March 28th, I think they said, with a demo today, which is awesome. I might download that and play a little bit of it. That looks fun. Then there was like a little sizzle reel. It's kind of surprising that they put Pentiment, the other Xbox game, in the sizzle reel. I thought that was odd because I feel like that deserves more gusto, more promotion, you know? Pentiment is actually a pretty solid game. I played a little bit of it through Game Pass. I don't know, man. Pentiment looks like it would be a great fit for the Switch, and Grounded, I just don't get it. Kind of weirded out that they put that in the little highlight reel and not like dedicated its own little thing, but whatever. And then the last up, they had two announcements. One of them was some rare games that I honestly don't care about. So Endless Ocean Luminous was the last thing they announced, which is a sequel to the Endless Ocean games. I think they were on the Wii, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they were exclusives. I honestly don't know. I've never played them. It's kind of roguelike almost in the sense of that it's regenerating the world every time you go down, which is pretty cool. So it's like an infinite amount of ocean that you can discover, or in this case, an endless ocean. Anyways. But yeah, this is pretty cool. And then also you can play online with 30 people if you want. If you have 30 friends that you want to explore the ocean with, then you can go ahead and do that. I think this would be kind of a fun, chill game just to look around and explore. Although I will say, again, with the dated hardware of the Switch, this doesn't look super great, but you know, I think it's whatever, you know, it's going to be fun. I think it would be cool if this were on other platforms where it might look nicer, like PS5, Xbox, maybe Steam, but you know, the Switch can handle it at least, which is good, but it doesn't look like it's high frame rate or anything, or it still looks a little dated, but I think it's a cool concept, and I think this could be worth picking up if you like these kind of chill vibes games. But yeah, that was kind of it for the Partner Direct. The one thing that I was kind of expecting them to do was Hi-Fi Rush, which is another Xbox Studios game, which also seems like would be a perfect fit for the Switch. In fact, I would say that over Grounded. Honestly, I don't know why, but I think Grounded looks terrible. I know some people had some high expectations for this, which is kind of wild because it's a partner showcase. So it's like third-party stuff. Since this is the last year of the Switch, kind of winding down on things, you know, it's a bit slower for releases. So they don't have as much first-party stuff to talk about, which is why they kind of made this partner showcase. But honestly, I thought this was pretty good. My two big takeaways are another Crab's Treasure that looks like an awesome game if you like the Souls-like stuff, and it looks pretty funny. Although I will say, I did not know that it had voice acting, and the voice acting seems not great. But you know what? I'm going to try to set that aside and not think about it too much. And then Penny's Big Breakaway. That seems really awesome. I'm going to download it after I finish editing and uploading this. And I'm going to play that, and I hope I have fun. So that's about it. This is just kind of unscripted stuff. I'm working on other things for the main Papa NCF channel, but it's just taking a long time. A lot of research, a lot of writing and behind the scenes stuff. So God knows when anything new will be out there. But it should be good whenever that gets posted. Go ahead and head over to Papa NCF. Links will be in the description and in the channel and whatever, everything, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's about it for me today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Farewell and salutations.